Hello and welcome to English Talk Daily.
Hi, everyone. It's so good to see you again.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. We are here to help you practice your English with easy and natural conversations.
If you like our videos, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Yes, it really helps us a lot. Thank you so much.
Today, we are going to talk about something we both love very much.
That's right. Today's topic is our favorite books.
We hope you enjoy our conversation and learn some new English words.
So, Emma, how are you today?
I'm very good, Jack. The weather is nice today and I feel happy.
That's great to hear. Did you do anything fun this weekend?
Yes, I did. I visited my family. We had a small dinner together and talked a lot. It was very nice. What about you?
I was a little lazy this weekend. I stayed at home. I watched some movies and, of course, I read a little.
Oh, reading! That is a perfect start for today's topic.
Yes, it is. While reading, I started thinking about my favorite book.
Me too. I was thinking about which book I should talk about today.
Okay, let's start then. Emma, what is your favorite book?
That is a very difficult question. I like many books. Choosing one favorite book is very hard for me.
I understand, but try to think of one book you really love.
Okay, one of my favorite books is Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web by E.B. White, right? I know that book. It's about a pig, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. It's about a little pig named Wilbur. He is the smallest pig on the farm.
And the farmer wants to do something bad to him, right?
Yes, but the farmer's daughter, Fern, saves Wilbur. She's a kind and caring little girl.
But the real story starts later, doesn't it?
Yes, Wilbur goes to another farm and meets a spider named Charlotte.
A spider? Many people are afraid of spiders.
I know, but Charlotte is not a scary spider. She is very smart and kind. She becomes Wilbur's best friend.
Wilbur is afraid of his future, and Charlotte wants to help him.
Exactly. Charlotte promises to save Wilbur.
That sounds interesting. How can a spider save a pig?
It is a funny idea. She writes words in her web above Wilbur. Words like some pig and terrific.
A spider that can write words? That is a wonderful fantasy idea.
Yes, it is. People see the web and think it is a miracle. They believe Wilbur is a very special pig.
So they don't want to hurt him anymore.
That's right. Charlotte uses her intelligence, not strength.
That sounds like a very loyal and smart friend.
She really is. That's why I love this book.
I remember this story now. I read it a long time ago. It made me feel happy, but also a little sad.
Yes, the book has some sad moments, but it also shows beautiful things like friendship, kindness, and love.
It is a children's book, but adults can enjoy it too.
I agree. A good book is for all ages.
Now it's my turn. My favorite book is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis.
Oh, I know that book. It's a very famous fantasy story.
Yes, it's about 4 children named Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy.
What happens to them?
They are sent away from London during the war. They go to live in a big old house in the countryside.
That sounds like the beginning of a big adventure.
It really is. One small door changes their whole lives. It is. Inside the house, they find a big old wardrobe.
A wardrobe is a large wooden closet for clothes, right?
Yes, that's right. But this wardrobe is very special.
Special how?
Very special. Lucy, the youngest child, goes inside the wardrobe. She thinks she will touch the back wall.
But she doesn't.
No, she doesn't. She walks through the coats and suddenly feels cold air. Then she sees trees and snow.
Snow inside a wardrobe? That's amazing!
Yes, the wardrobe is a door to a magical world called Narnia.
Narnia? What kind of place is that?
It is a land full of magic. Animals can talk. There are talking beavers, talking horses, giants, and dwarfs.
That sounds very fun and exciting.
It is exciting, but there is a big problem.
Oh no, what is the problem?
A very bad witch rules Narnia. She is called the White Witch.
What does she do?
She makes Narnia always winter. It is always cold and it never becomes Christmas.
Always winter and no Christmas? That sounds very sad. I love Christmas.
Me too. The witch is cruel and selfish, but there is hope.
Hope? What kind of hope?
There is a prophecy. It says that 2 sons of Adam and 2 daughters of Eve will help defeat the witch.
That means the 4 children, right?
Yes, exactly. The children become very important.
So they become heroes?
Yes, they do. They learn to be brave and strong, especially Peter.
Do they get help?
Yes, they meet the true king of Narnia. He is a great lion named Aslan.
A lion? Is he scary?
He is strong and powerful and a little scary at first, but he is also very kind and good.
He sounds like a good leader.
He really is. He loves Narnia and wants to protect it.
So the children and Aslan fight the witch together.
Yes, they must work together to save Narnia.
So the story is about adventure and being brave.
Exactly. It is also about good fighting against evil.
I see something interesting. Both of our favorite books have animals.
That's true, but they are very different stories.
Your book is a big adventure in a magical world.
And your book is a quiet story about friendship on a farm.
Yes, but both stories are beautiful in their own way.
I agree. Do you read many fantasy books like mine?
To be honest, not many. I like stories that feel real and close to everyday life.
What kind of stories do you like?
I like romance books.
Romance books? Books about love and relationships?
Yes, stories about people meeting, having problems, and falling in love.
Are they usually happy stories?
Yes, most of them have happy endings. I really like happy endings.
I understand that. My sister loves romance books too.
Really? What does she say about them?
She says they are comforting, like a warm blanket.
That is a perfect description. Romance books are comforting.
What authors do you like?
I really like Jane Austen. Do you know her?
Of course, she's very famous.
My favorite book by her is Pride and Prejudice.
Ah, a classic. That book is very old, right?
Yes, it was written about 200 years ago.
Is it still interesting for people today?
Yes, it is. The story still feels modern in many ways.
Who is it about?
It is about a young woman named Elizabeth Bennet and a man named Mr. Darcy.
What are they like?
Elizabeth is smart and funny. Mr. Darcy is rich and proud.
Do they like each other at first?
No, not at all. Elizabeth thinks Darcy is arrogant. Darcy thinks Elizabeth is not important enough.
That sounds like trouble already.
Yes, they have many problems and misunderstandings.
So, do they fall in love in the end?
You'll have to read the book to find out.
Okay. But isn't the English old and difficult?
The English is a little old, but not too hard, and the story is so good that you forget about the language.
That's good to hear.
Reading in English is great practice. I always tell people to start with books they already know in their own language.
That is very good advice.
What advice do you give our viewers?
I always say start with easy books. Books for children or teenagers are great.
Yes, the sentences are shorter and easier to understand.
And the most important thing is to enjoy reading.
Exactly. When you enjoy a book, learning English becomes much easier. Yes, for example, Charlotte's Web is a perfect book to start with when you read in English.
I agree. The story is simple, clear, and very beautiful.
And The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is also a good book for learners. The language is very clear and easy to follow.
Some people think fantasy stories are silly. What do you think, Emma?
No, I don't think fantasy is silly. I think it is very creative.
But you don't read fantasy very often, right?
That's true. I don't read it often, but maybe I should try more fantasy books.
You should. Fantasy is good for your imagination.
That's a good point. So, Jack, where do you like to read? What is your perfect reading place?
I love to read in my favorite chair. It's a big, soft chair next to the window in my living room.
That sounds very comfortable.
It is. When it rains, it's perfect. I can hear the rain on the window and read my book quietly. It feels very peaceful.
I really like that idea. For me, my favorite place to read is in bed before I sleep.
That's nice.
Yes, reading before sleep helps my mind relax after a long day.
How long do you usually read?
Sometimes I read for only 5 minutes. Sometimes I read for 1 hour. It depends on how tired I am.
Do you ever read in other places, like on a train or a bus?
Yes, I often read on the bus when I go to work. It makes the travel time feel much shorter.
Reading on the bus is difficult for me.
Why is that?
I get motion sickness. My head feels bad when I read in a moving bus.
Oh, that's not good.
No, so reading at home is best for me.
Do you use an ebook reader? You know, a small computer for reading books.
Sometimes, yes, it's very convenient. I can have hundreds of books in one small light device.
That's great, especially for travel.
Yes, but I also really love paper books.
Me too. I love paper books. I love the smell of books. Old books have a special smell, and new books do too.
I understand. I also like to see how many pages I have read.
Yes, I like to move the bookmark and see my progress.
Turning the page feels good. It feels like you were moving forward in the story.
Exactly. Do you ever listen to audiobooks?
Yes, I do. I listen to audiobooks when I cook or when I go for a walk.
That's a good idea.
Yes, it's a great way to enjoy a book when your hands and eyes are busy.
Audiobooks are also excellent for learning English.
I agree. You can hear the correct pronunciation from a native speaker.
And you can hear the emotion in the speaker's voice.
Pronunciation and intonation are very important.
Speaking of books, who is your favorite character in your favorite book?
In The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, I have 2 favorite characters.
Who is the first one?
First, I love Aslan.
Aslan the lion, the king of Narnia.
Yes, he is strong and wise, but also kind.
He is a good leader.
Yes, and he is a little scary, too. You can feel his power.
And who is your second favorite character?
I also really like Mr. Tumnus.
Mr. Tumnus. He's a faun, right?
Yes, a faun is like a man with the legs of a goat.
That is a very strange picture.
It is. Mr. Tumnus is the first person Lucy meets in Narnia.
What do you like about him?
He is very kind to Lucy, but he is also afraid.
Afraid of the witch?
Yes, he works for the witch, but he has a good heart.
So he is not perfect.
Exactly. He's not always brave, and that makes him feel very real.
I like characters like that.
What about you? Who is your favorite character in Charlotte's Web?
My favorite character is Charlotte, of course.
That makes sense.
She is a great friend. She uses her intelligence to help Wilbur.
She is very loyal and creative.
Yes, but I also like Templeton, the rat.
The rat? Really?
Yes, he's not very nice. He's selfish.
Then why do you like him?
He's funny, and sometimes he helps the others because he always wants food.
That's true.
The story needs him. He adds a little dark humor.
Dark humor. That's interesting. So your book is about friendship, but it also shows different personalities.
Yes, just like real life.
Do you think books should teach a lesson?
Not always. Sometimes it's good to read just for fun.
To escape from real life for a while.
Yes, to forget your problems for a few hours.
But books with good lessons are special.
I agree. Stories about being brave or being a good friend stay with you.
They stay in your heart for a long time. How many times have you read Charlotte's Web?
Maybe 5 or 6 times?
Wow. When did you first read it?
I first read it when I was 8 years old.
And after that?
I read it again when I was 15, and again as an adult.
Was it the same every time?
No, it was different every time.
How was it different?
When I was a child, I saw a story about a cute pig and a clever spider.
And when you were a teenager?
Then I understood the friendship more deeply.
And as an adult?
As an adult, I see a story about life, time, and saying goodbye to people you love.
That's beautiful.
That's why it's such a special book to me.
I feel the same way about my book. When I was a child, I saw only the adventure and the fighting.
And now?
Now that I am older, I see the symbolism in the story.
Symbolism. What does that word mean?
Symbolism means that one thing in a story represents a bigger idea.
Can you explain it with an example?
Of course. In The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the White Witch is not just a witch.
What does she represent?
She is a symbol of evil and coldness. She brings fear and winter to Narnia.
I see. And what about Aslan?
Aslan is also a symbol. He represents goodness, warmth, sacrifice, and hope.
So the story is not only about a witch and a lion.
Exactly. It is about much bigger ideas.
That's interesting. Our understanding of books changes when we grow older.
Yes, it really does.
Do you ever read a book first in your own language and then read it again in English?
Yes, I do that often. It is a very good way to learn English.
Why is it helpful?
Because I already know the story. When I read it in English, I understand more, and I don't need a dictionary for every word.
That is a very good learning method.
I think I should try it too. Maybe I will read a Spanish book I know, but in English.
You should try it. It really helps with vocabulary and confidence.
Thanks for the advice. So, Emma, what book will you read next?
I'm not sure yet.
My friend told me about a funny book called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Oh, I've heard of that book.
It is a science fiction comedy.
Science fiction, like stories in space?
Yes, with spaceships and aliens. But it is also very funny.
That sounds fun.
Maybe I will read that. Or maybe I will read your favorite book, Pride and Prejudice.
Really? That would be wonderful.
Yes. After I finish, we can talk about it.
And you can tell me what you think about Mr. Darcy.
Okay, it's a plan. It might take me a long time, but I will try.
That's fair. But you have to make a promise.
What promise?
You have to read a fantasy book too.
A fantasy book? Okay, that's fair. I agree.
Great. Which fantasy book do you recommend for a beginner?
I recommend Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
That's a very popular book.
Yes, and the first book is not too difficult.
What is it about?
It's about a young boy who finds out he is a wizard and goes to a magic school.
A magic school? That sounds interesting.
So, will you read it?
Yes, I accept. I will read the first Harry Potter book.
Excellent. This is a fun plan. Next time we meet, we can talk about our new books.
I'm looking forward to it. Maybe I will love fantasy books after all.
And maybe I will love romance classics even more. We will see.
You know, Emma, while we were talking, I noticed we used some very good words for English learners.
That's true.
Maybe we should review a few of them.
Great idea. Let's do a small vocabulary review.
One word I really liked was symbolism.
Yes, symbolism is a noun. How would you explain it simply?
Symbolism is when something in a story, like an object, a person, or an animal, stands for a bigger idea.
Can you give an example from your book?
Sure. In The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Aslan is a lion, but he is more than that.
He represents something.
Yes, he represents goodness, strength, and sacrifice.
So the lion is the symbol, and symbolism is the idea behind it.
Exactly. We also use symbols in everyday life.
Yes. For example, a heart is a symbol of love.
And a white dove is a symbol of peace.
Very good examples.
Another word we used a lot was loyal.
Yes, you said Charlotte is a loyal friend.
Loyal is an adjective. It means faithful and supportive.
A loyal person stays with you in good times and bad times.
They don't leave when things become difficult.
Exactly. A loyal friend is a true friend.
Can we use the word loyal for things, not just people?
Yes, we can. You can be a loyal customer at a shop.
That means you always go to the same shop.
Or you can be loyal to your favorite sports team.
Even when they lose, you still support them.
Are you loyal to a team?
Yes, I am a very loyal fan of my local team.
Are they good?
Not really. They lose often.
But you still support them.
Of course. That's what loyalty means.
That is true loyalty.
Yes, it really is. Now let's talk about another word we used many times today. The word is fantasy.
Fantasy is a noun. It is a type of story or a genre.
Fantasy stories usually have magic, imaginary worlds, and creatures that do not exist in real life.
For example, talking animals and the White Witch in my book.
Exactly. And in other fantasy stories, you can find wizards, dragons, and elves.
Fantasy is the opposite of realistic stories.
Yes, the most important thing in fantasy is imagination. So if I say, I like to read fantasy, it means I like stories with magic and imaginary worlds.
That's right. And there's also an adjective, fantastical.
Fantastical means strange, magical, and like something from a fantasy story.
Good word to know. Now let's talk about another important word, classic.
You called Pride and Prejudice a classic.
Yes, classic is an adjective. A classic book is a book that is very important and has been loved for a very long time.
It is not a new book.
Right. A classic book has passed the test of time.
That means many people from different generations have read it and still think it is excellent.
Exactly. And we can use the word classic for other things too, like a classic car or a classic song.
Yes, it means something from the past that is still considered one of the best.
So, let's review our words for today.
Okay. First, symbolism. That is when one thing in a story represents a bigger idea.
Second, loyal. Loyal means faithful and supportive. A loyal person stays with you in good and bad times.
Third, fantasy. Fantasy is a story genre with magic and imaginary things.
And fourth, classic. A classic is something important that has been loved for a long time.
Now, let's try to use all these words in one sentence.
That sounds difficult, but let's try.
Okay, I'll try first. In the fantasy classic, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the symbolism of Aslan shows the importance of having loyal friends to help you.
Wow, Emma, that was perfect.
Thank you. You are a real vocabulary expert.
I hope that example was helpful for everyone.
Remember, you don't need to memorize all the words at once.
Yes, just try to notice these words when you read or listen to English.
Little by little, your vocabulary will grow.
Well, Jack, that was a wonderful conversation.
I agree. I really enjoyed talking about books with you.
We talked for quite a long time today.
Yes, we did. So let's quickly review what we did today for our viewers.
First, we practiced talking about our favorite books.
This is a very common and friendly topic. You can talk about books with almost anyone.
We shared the names of our favorite books, Charlotte's Web and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
And we didn't just say the names, we described what the books are about.
We talked about the characters, like Wilbur the pig and Charlotte the spider.
And Peter, Susan, Edmund, Lucy, and Aslan the lion.
Describing the story or the plot is very important.
You can say things like, it's a story about, or it's about a character who.
We also talked about different types of books or genres.
Yes, we talked about fantasy books with magic and imaginary worlds.
And romance books, like Jane Austen's books, which focus on love and relationships.
There are many other genres too, like mystery, science fiction, and biography.
Then we talked about our reading habits. We shared where we like to read. You like to read in your chair by the window.
And I like to read in bed.
We also talked about how we read.
We both love paper books.
But we also use e-book readers and listen to audiobooks.
Audiobooks are great for English listening practice.
After that, we did a small vocabulary review.
Yes, we explained 4 useful words: symbolism, loyal, fantasy, and classic.
Remember, a classic book is one that has been loved for a long time. Maybe you have a classic book in your own language, too.
Finally, we made a plan for the future.
I promised to read a fantasy book, Harry Potter.
And I promised to read a romance classic, Pride and Prejudice.
Trying new things is always good.
Our viewers can try new genres too.
If you always read fantasy, try a short romance book.
And if you always read romance, Try a mystery or science fiction book.
Learning English is a great time to explore new books.
Start with short books or books you already know.
This will help your vocabulary and grammar in a fun way.
So, to summarize, today we practiced how to talk about books.
We learned how to describe stories and characters.
And we learned some useful words about reading.
Now it's your turn to practice.
We always like to finish with a question for you.
Now it's time for our question of the day.
Our question is, what is your favorite book and why do you like it?
Or, if you don't have a favorite book yet, what is a book you would like to read in the future?
Please tell us your answer in the comments below.
You can write just the name of the book.
Or you can write a short sentence like, my favorite book is book name because it is exciting.
Don't worry about making mistakes. Just try your best.
We read all of your comments and we really love reading them.
Writing comments is a great way to practice your English writing.
And you can also see what people from all over the world are reading.
Maybe you will find a new book to read from someone's comment.
That would be wonderful.
So please say hello and tell us about your book.
We are very excited to read your answers.
Thank you so much for watching Talks Tata today.
We really hope you enjoyed our conversation about books.
If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Also, click the little bell so you don't miss our next video.
We talk about a new helpful topic in every video.
We hope you have a great day.
And we hope you find a wonderful book to read soon.
Happy reading, everyone!
Goodbye.